Welcome to class 5 of Secretarial Practice. In the last class we have studied regarding the rights and restrictions of powers and rights of Secretary. And in this class we are going to study regarding the duties and responsibilities of Company Secretary. So just have a overlook over this flowchart. So there are various duties. So duties like statutory duties towards the board of directors, duties towards shareholders, duties towards the office and staff of company, and duties to the public. So these are the duties which we are going to study in detail. So the first is statutory duty. So what is statutory? So statutory means which is compulsory, which is mandatory, which is given by the law itself, right? So statutory duty of the secretary are set by the Company Act and other related law. So which mean, so the company statutory duty of the company secretary is given to the secretary by the Company Act itself and the related law which is governing the company. So such as comply with the rules of the Company Act. So comply with the rules of Company Act means here you are going to agree with the rules that is there in your Company Act or the provisions what is given there. Okay. Along with that, you have to agree with the Stamp Act and Income Tax Act also. The next is sign the annual report. So what is this annual report? So annual report is a corporate document, okay, disseminated to the shareholders. So that spells out the company's financial condition and operation over the previous year. So whatever you have done in the previous year, your progress, whatever financial condition you have over your operations, so that will show. Okay, so here it was not until legislation was enacted after the stock market crash of 1929 that the annual report became a regular component of corporate financial reporting. Okay, so it is nothing but it is a report which consists of the the overall performance of the company in a previous year. So why you have to have this annual report? So very simple, shareholders have invested their money in the company and they want to know what happened to their investment, what progress the company had made with their investment, so what returns they are going to get. So in order to know that, so you are going to give a report called as annual report, and it is the duty of secretary to sign that report. Why secretary should sign here? So secretary is a senior officer, right? So he knows everything, as we treat him as eye, as we treat him as hand, and as we treat him as ear, right? So he is a person who observes everything, knows everything, so he is going to maintain the secret. So each and everything he knows, so he is going to sign the annual report. Then the next is statutory books. So what is this statutory books? Statutory books, so it is also the document of the company, right? So statutory book is also the document of the company. So statutory book are those which are necessary to observe legal formalities of the company, including the registers, right? So it is a duty of the company secretary to prepare and maintain the statutory book. So statutory book means, as we know, it is a compulsory book, and as per the law or as per the Companies Act, it is must for the company secretary to prepare or maintain the statutory book. So now you may have a question. So what it contains? What does it includes? So statutory books includes your register of members, register of directors, redressal or director's residential address, register of secretaries, person of significant control register, register of charges. So these are the things which are included in the statutory book, and this statutory book should be maintained by the secretary. So the next is preparation, validation and filling of resolution agreements, documents, notice and various returns with the company register. So what is the resolution first of all? So resolution is nothing but the outcome of meeting, the decision that is taken in the meeting. So what is decision? So decision means nothing but you are going to frame the conclusion. It may be positive, it may be negative. Okay, so which means suppose it is positive for some people, it will be negative for some people. Okay, so that resolution he have to prepare, he have to validate and he have to file it with the company registrar within 30 days after the meeting. Then agreements, whatever agreements are there. So then documents like your memorandum of association, register of members, register of directors. So then your articles of association, then the notice of every meeting what you have sent for the shareholders, so that also will be there, and various returns, so that should be filed it with the company register. So who is going to file this? So it is been filed by the company secretary. So the next is attending the meeting and recording their proceedings. So he is going to attend the meeting and he is going to see that whether it is as per the agenda what you have sent. So is the meeting discussed as per the topics mentioned in the agenda? So and you are going to record all the things what is been discussed in the meeting. Okay, so the proceedings of the meeting you are going to note it out. The next is keep common sale in a safe custody. So what is this common sale? So common seal is nothing but where the name of the company is affixed, right? In the common seal what happens? The name of the company will be affixed. So where you are going to use it. So common seal is also called as company seal or a corporate seal. It is physically illustrated, embossed with the company name and business number and the association or business. So why common seal is needed? Okay, so we may say common seal. Company we are going to treat as an artificial person. Being me and you, a natural person, we can sign it, but the company cannot sign it. So instead of that, the company will have its common seal where its name, business number or association of the business, so all these will be fixed. So common seal was historically used to seal the contract deeds and the share certificates to make them valid, right? So what it says, corporate seal or the common seal are generally used only used for two purposes by the corporation today. So document which need to be executed as deed as opposed in a simple contracts, so may be executed under the company's common seal. Okay, the next is a certain corporate documents, for example the share certificates are there, so there are often here the common seal will be there. So these are issued oftenly with a common seal, and some countries requires that the share certificate be issued under the common seal only. For example, in India the share certificate is given under the common seal of a company, and each usage of common seal is documented in the statutory register of the company. Okay, so who is going to keep it in a safe custody? The registrar, the secretary. The next, the duty towards board of directors. So who are the board of directors now? The board of directors are the agent of the shareholders. So shareholders are going to invest their money and as they are scattered in different places, they cannot take an active part in the day-to-day business. So what they do on behalf of them, they are going to send the board of directors. Okay, so the board of directors, what they do before they call for the shareholders to know about whatever is there, so they themselves discuss and take the decision relating to the day-to-day activities. Okay, the next is, under that, the first is, make sure all actions of the board of directors are in accordance with the company's memorandum and articles of association. So secretary is going to make sure that the directors are acting as per the memorandum of association and articles of association. So before that, we have to understand what is this memorandum of association. So this is a document, right? So primary document we say. So it is a legal document. So this is prepared during the formation and registration process of the company. So it defines its relationship with the shareholders, and it specifies the objective for which the company has been formed. So why you are going to start the company, what is the nature of your company, so this will be there in the memorandum of association. And here the secretary is going to see that whether the board of directors, who are the agent of the shareholders, are acting as per the memorandum of association or not. And then articles of association we say. So what is this articles of association? So articles of association means, so it is also the document, right? So the document which is next to your memorandum of association, we call it as articles of association. So this is also a law, this is also a legal document, so that is along with the memorandum of association. So that serves as the constitution of the company. So it comprised of rules and regulations that governs the company's internal affairs. So where the rules and regulations of the company is been, or which is there, so that document we call it as articles of association. And in that, how the directors should work, in what accordance, so all these things will be there in the articles of association. And secretary is going to check that whether all this person or the board directors who are there, whether they are going to act as per the articles and memorandum of association or not. The next, dealing with the correspondence as per the instructions from the directors. So dealing with the correspondence, so what is correspondence? So we are going to write the letters, we are going to send the email, so all these things we are going to call it as correspondence, right? So communication by means of letters or email, the letters or email exchange or agreement between certain things, something there is a little correspondence between the spelling, sorry, so all these things we are going to call it as a correspondence. Okay, so what he is going to do, he is going to see that correspondence as per the instructions from the directors, is going to draft some letters, is going to send the agenda, is going to send all these things, so as per the direction or instruction of directors. The next is provide necessary advice and information to the board to formulate the company policy, the directors reports, and presenting it in an annual general meeting in favor of directors. So which means at the time of annual general meeting, we are going to send, or we are going to have a report called as directors report, and that directors report should be prepared or drafted by the secretary in favor of directors. And at the time of meeting, he is going to give them the necessary information. So necessary information will be given to them. So why necessary information should be given by secretary? Because he knows everything, right? So he is going to help them to formulate the company policy. Next, arrange board meeting, issue notice, and preparing the agenda of such meeting also recording the minutes and resolutions of the meeting. So as you all know, make arrangement for meeting. So he is going to issue the notice, prepare agenda, make arrangement for the board meeting, he is going to check the quorum, he is going to record the minutes, pass the whatever resolution is passed, he is going to file it. So all these things which is relating to the board meeting. The next is draft the director's report and presenting it in the annual general meeting in favor of directors. As I have told you, director's report will be presented, drafted and presented in the annual meeting. The next is duties towards the shareholders. So duties towards the shareholders means make arrangement for issue of shares. So if the directors are going to permit them to deal with the shares, is going to receive the application, allot the shares. So all these things will be done by the secretary. Notice and agenda. So you have to send the intimation to the shareholders that we are going to conduct the meeting. So for that you are going to send the notice. So on which matter you are going to discuss, you have to send the agenda. So who is going to send that? So that is been sent by the secretary. So whatever going on in the meeting, so you are going to record it, which means the recording proceedings of the meeting. So that is also done by the secretary. So allowing the shareholders to inspect the various books. So various books are there, statutory books are there. So all these books which are kept there, so you are going to allow the shareholders to go through it. So communicate the decision of the board of directors to the shareholders. So as he is a middleman between the shareholders and the board of directors, is going to communicate in between. So the next is duties towards the office and staff. So supervise and coordinate the activity of various departments. So which all department which comes under him. So he is going to supervise and coordinate, as we have studied rights, right? Supervise, direct and control. So he is going to supervise and coordinate the activities of various departments. The next, act like a friend and guide to the staff and ensure the equal opportunity to all. So he'll be not like arrogant, right? So he deals with the problems. Okay, he acts as a friend and guide to the staff. So handle the queries and complaints of the staff. So whatever is there, so whatever problem is faced by the staff, so he is going to get it cleared. The next, duties towards the public. So very simple is here. Here you are going to show the public that your company is not involved in a illegal activity, anti-social affairs. So as you have a right to blow the whistle, right? So your company is not doing anything anti-social, so you have to prove it to the public. So other, besides to the above duties, we have other duties here. The company secretary should be responsible and confident in a company, maintaining secrecy of the company affairs and to act within the authority, ensuring the legal interest of the company. Thank you.